I have some table stuff that Richard and I have been working on that I will demo. So I think it was last Friday, Richard demoed being able to resize columns. We've been working on that to try and get it so it's in a good spot for migrating existing tables and also just kind of giving you some flexible options. So here's a simple table, and we're gonna have two kind of modes that the table can operate in. It's like a stretch or a fixed width. And so the stretch will sort of behave like today, but whereas like by default, it's going to try to size it to the space it's got and fit the columns in as best it can. So like if I resize a column, it's going to do a couple, it doesn't know what size it is when you start. So once you get it going, it kind of is like, all right, we'll try to fit things in nicely for you, right? You can always press it again and it resizes to what it thinks is kind of the right size. You can make things really narrow if you want, if you need to pull them all the way over. We're going to truncate off the headers right now. We're probably going to layer in some ability for like choosing between wrap and clipping and stuff. But for now, we're just going to keep the data here truncated and these clipped in the headers. And you can also switch over to this fixed width mode, which is going to give every column the same size. And you can stretch them all out. You can also stretch them to be wide. We're just going to give you all the space you need to whatever you want to do there. And they are respected on the, we'll go in here and we'll show you, you can see like we're going to be respected on the dashboard. If we go over, you can see they're just going to fit as they are. If you had the fixed width, they're just going to fit like that. We aren't going to switch the defaults yet, but we are going to look to maybe think about having some different defaults for starting people off. It works with pivots. So all the pivot columns will stretch to be the same size. So like as you stretch the columns right now, they will all kind of fit there. And same with big tables. When you try to fit them in, we try to fit them as best we can. But we can also give everybody a nice fixed width experience. It's been a lot of kind of twiddling to try to make it feel smooth and not jumpy. So big kudos to Richard there.
That's awesome. Sarah, is the fixed width, is that determined by that first column?
Is what?
Like
the fixed, no, they're all just what is it, Richard, 150 pixels wide? It's just straight up, you're going to be this many pixels wide.
Okay, but then dragging that first column around changes all of them. I thought I saw.
In the stretch mode, it can change them around. Yeah. And then when you have pivots, it is a little bit it's hard to separate out pivots, each individual one. So all the pivots kind of, if you drag and pivot, they're all the same field will size the same way. If that makes sense. I can show that. Yeah, their tables there's a lot of work just to kind of remember all that stuff and make sure it's their sizing. We're going to keep layering on some things to make it easier for people to get what they want. So aligning right, left inside the columns. When we ship this, everybody's table should stay the same. It shouldn't change it, but we're going to be getting rid of, there's a mode that's condensed mode right now. Eventually we'll phase that out so that we can, once we have the right and left alignment available in the columns and things like that.